start tekan record.
なんか
Mantap.
相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような。
宇宙船スリープポット、まさか
Asal benda lah tu macam Ultraman punya gadget.
船のことか。
Skirk.
この数ヶ月の間で42の星が消えた。何者かがずうずうしくもこの世界から吸い取っているのだ。
災いはいつか必ず訪れる。みんなもそう言ってるわ。
彼女の存在を無視し続けたらいつか本当に彼女の声が聞こえなくなってしまうからね。
すぐそこにいるじゃない。
お前の魂は欠けていて、傷口にはアビスに侵食された跡が見られる。
Ooh.
アビスの力の使い方を学ぶつもりもないのなら、
Apa?
私が代わりに調べるしかない。
Main portal. Dia ada bentuk lain dia, form lain eh. Dia tukar form.
レック
Dia hitam.
しばしよ静かにね。
Wah, apa dia? Okay, itu Jing Liu.
はじめまして、私はダリア。
Itu memang sejibik dengan Jing Liu.
伝道師です。面白くなってきた。
Sword user ice.
風神様のお告げです。
私の夜はここで終わる。だがお前の旅はまだまだ続く。
お前は私の師匠、極悪鬼
Master the
知
Fall.
っているのだろう。
Apa Suta
総
Logi.
崩れだ。
真っ向の剣ダインスレイブ。これがお前の望んだことか。
お兄ちゃんはいつも運命を変えようとしてる。でも今回は何としても止めてみせる。
よくやったスク。
Ini macam dalam
今回も生き残れたか。
dalam perut ni ya. Ke dimension tu.
運命の食器は動いているのか。
Oh.
なぜお前が鈍性のクジラの剣に
Itu dalam itu Nawal punya ni.
するとロッチ。
経緯などとうの昔に消え去った。貴様の傲慢さと邪悪さに気づいた時に
Ada map baru ke ni? Macam ada je.
再会する機会を逃すわけにはいかないから。
いずれ本物の宇宙に帰るだろう。
旅の終点で二人の新たな
Skirk punya attack tu tak boleh nak dekat lagi tu dengan ni Jing Liu. Makin lama makin dekat dengan Jing Liu tu. Buatkan lagi yang aku rasa quote yang kita dapat yang akhir atas tu memang leak. Dah dapat. Aduh. Quote leak punya. Dia masalahnya ada dekat Hoyolab. Itu yang aku pelik tu. Ada orang post masalahnya bukan Hoyolab punya Hoyo Guides tu. Ada orang macam post leak. Macam post quote ni fikir quote biasa je. Aku rasa mungkin sama ada map ataupun domain. Bagilah map baru. Map Fontaine kat bahagian mana lah tu. Aku rasa ada ke kawasan yang tak penuh lagi, tak isi lagi. Dia masalahnya celah-celah dekat celah-celah monster dengan leeway tu ada satu gap kosong macam bodoh tak isi-isi. Kan ada satu gap dekat monster sana tu, dekat dengan boss air tu tak nak isi-isi.
Hello, travelers! Welcome to the Genshin Impact version 5.7 special program. I am
Suara perempuan.
the voice of Dahlia, and hosting with me today we have.
Hey everyone, I'm Kat Pratano, rhymes with Capitano, the voice of Child's Master, Skirk.
And I'm Katiana Sarkissian, the voice of the Pyro Archon herself, Malika.
Yeah, well, after seeing that trailer, this version seems absolutely stacked. We're getting the next installment of the Twins quest in this version! Wow, 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 wow. Yippee!
And let's not forget, Skirk is finally here, you guys. Yup. I cannot wait to see how all these stories unfold.
Her first appearance left quite the impression, didn't it? So mysterious.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that interaction left us all with far more questions. than-
Memang lain the design last kali kita nampak.
Clues about herself, though. Remember in the primordial sea at the end of the phone
lain sangat.
Archon quest?
Right.
Ada subtitle.
The remains of a descender, the foul, the visionary. I feel like I still don't know what any of it means, though.
I mean, that's fair. So far, all we know about her past is that she trained under the foul Sertology.
So, Sertology isn't just some ordinary mentor.
Oh, definitely not. Dainsleif revealed that Sertology is one of the 5
Indeed.
sinners of
Dia masalahnya dekat gambar nampak dia tinggi tau. Macam perempuan tinggi.
Imagine
Dia
training
pendek.
under someone like that. A walk in the park, let me tell you.
Well, maybe that explains how aloof and indifferent Skirk seems to be. Seriously, though, her demeanor is stone cold in a way that's almost otherworldly or something.
Perempuan pendek.
Yeah,
Perempuan
roll the
kecing.
dice, right? Right.
Size kecing.
But I mean, you know, the important thing is this time we should be able to get some answers, right?
Oh, I hope so. Yes, please. I am dying to learn more about
Dahlia lelaki.
Okay.
Voice
be
actor
sure
dia
to check
perempuan.
out her
Macam
story quest.
Venti.
The Traveler and
Dengan
Skirk's
Bennett.
paths will cross once again. Travelers will have the chance to uncover new clues about her past and the world of Tavad as a whole, so don't miss out.
Ah, so Liyue is where we run into Skirk this time.
Mm-hmm.
Paliwe?
It's kind of weird seeing her out and about like this, isn't it? In such a normal location.
Right?
Wait, hold on a second.
Dia main gitar.
Is Skirk playing an instrument?
Oh.
I mean, in my mind, she's She emotional.
Siapa tahu tu tahulah.
I mean, there's almost a sadness there.
Oh, yeah. It seems like that instrument means a lot to her.
Oh, you don't even know. It sure does.
Wah, ada
Ask her
gadget.
why she chooses to play it alone.
Benda yang kita tak boleh pakai selama-lamanya lah.
That's
Hanya boleh pakai dalam story.
cover for
Yeah.
themselves. What I can reveal is, after encountering a mysterious power in this quest, the traveler starts having strange nightmares, and it seems like
Masih ada notification ke? Thank you then.
which means the only way to resolve the situation.
Oh, pedang dia lawa. Yay. Aku tak boleh ambil.
Okay, Slay. So we're teaming up with Skirk, huh?
Mhm.
Okay, but like, am I the only one who's a little intimidated?
What? Intimidated by Skirk?
Just a little.
She's only a mysterious swordmaster with insane fighting
Aku dah tutup
skills and
notification tu. Kenapa masih ada?
stone cold exterior. Seriously though, with their ability to wield various
Allah, bos tu ke? Aku tak pre-farm.
I think the traveler can hold.
Dengan bunga tu. Aku tak pre-farm lagi.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you for follow.
Okay, well, you know, now
Thank you for the bunga long.
curious how she got that strong. I mean, okay, she reined in her master's pet,
Good luck, Dane.
powering narwhal like it was
Rasa macam boleh dapat tu.
I feel like we've
Tapi
only seen a
50-50 ke macam mana?
fraction of what she can do.
True, and just like the truth
50-50 ke tu?
that's a question travelers will need to answer for themselves in game. So get ready to play.
Get on. Tak perlu risau lah.
Traveler will need to fight.
Pejam mata sambil pull balik tu.
Look at what she can do in combat.
Thank you bagi lembu. Showcase karakter dah. Usah.
I'll only demonstrate this once.
Aku pelik kita jumpa dia dekat chasm. Leeway. Ice.
Merciless.
Oh, jadi ikan tu eh. Member jadi mermaid. Lawa. Lawa.
As Child's master and someone
Tap
capable
skill to
of
enter
creating the abyss,
7 phase slash.
are truly something special.
Skill?
First, it's
Aku fikir tu
worth
ulti.
pointing out
Oh.
Skirk
Aku fikir
doesn't
macam ada
use
2
a
ulti
vision.
macam tu.
Her powers come from the abyss.
Buka ulti
but
untuk tukar
in the
mod
interest of
badan
playing,
form dia tu.
camouflages it to appear
Buka skill dia rupanya.
primal in nature. And in addition, Skirk's attacks do not rely on elemental energy. She uses
Aku
a
suka
special kind
pedang
of
dia,
energy known as
tapi macam basic sangat.
subtlety instead. And when you tap her
Aku tak tahu kenapa.
elemental skill, Skirk gains a
Yalah.
certain amount of energy and enters a special combat state, signaled by her change in
Member jadi mermaid.
very cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks deal cryo damage that can't be overridden. This state also increases her resistance to interruption and attack AoE. And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void
Reaction
risks
melibatkan
appear on the
apa?
field.
Okay.
Skirk can use her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lepas ulti dia kuatkan normal attack
The more
lah.
she fights, the stronger she gets.
Aku rasa kalau pakai si Miss Splitter pun boleh pakai juga.
Skill is another option. When there are void rifts on the field,
Tapi tak tahu lah.
holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield. Once she has enough energy, she can unleash her elemental burst to deal consecutive slashes of AoE damage.
Jing Liu.
See, so she's a unit you can keep on the field for a long time, or take out when you need
Animation dah lama. Tapi
Pairing her with
biarlah.
Hydro and Cryo characters also further enhances her abilities. And if your team is comprised entirely of Hydro and Cryo characters, your party member's elemental skill level will be increased by 1.
Whoa, so she like enhances her party member's
Oh.
skills too.
Talent lah.
Her always a mentor, I
Oh
guess.
yeah.
It sounds like Tartaglia had a great teacher.
Oh, he
Oh,
sure
dia macam Tartaglia punya talent lah.
the look
Dia
of
naik.
camouflaged abyssal powers.
Right.
The special effects.
Kalau dalam team
Right.
dia
And
macam
she
naikkan
enhances
satu
her
level
special
talent.
combat state.
Tapi
Her
untuk
health
skirt dia
reduces
naikkan
like-
skill
It looks a lot more
satu level talent.
don't you think?
Macam tu.
So it seems like travelers can
Rasa macam tu dia cakap
combat in two ways.
ikut
then.
macam child.
You can use her special combat state to dish out damage with cryo and
Dapat weapon tak apa kan ambil Miss Splitter tu. Aku pun tak cukup kat ni.
special elemental burst.
So yang nak ambil tu juga ni.
After other Hydro and Cryo party members have generated void rifts, you can take to the field to
Kod
quickly
yang
absorb
tu
them
dapat
with energy
bukan
to
dapat
unleash
primo tu.
powerful slashes
Ada primo ke yang kod yang tu?
Yeah.
Aku
both seem
cuba.
really, really useful.
Tak
Since
ada pun.
Cryo and Hydro characters enhance Skirk's skills, there are tons of team comp possibilities.
Aku rasa tu kod tak ada primo.
Oh, hey, speaking of, what about
Tak
Dahlia?
ada primo
He's a
tu.
Hydro character, right? Sounds like he could be a good fit for Skirk.
Oh, I think you're onto something
Skirk.
here. We got to know him a bit during the
Thank you for the gift semua.
He's so refined, but
Thank you Yoi.
also kind of mischievous at the same time.
Kod yang kiri atas tu sebenarnya dah boleh pakai dah. Disebabkan ada orang leak.
Combat.
Tapi ada kod ketiga
You got it.
tak share lagi.
In for a treat.
Let's
Tak
go.
tahulah. Yang kod ayah-ayah kasih tu aku dah try tapi dia tak kasih primo yang tu.
This should be fun!
Dia air. Air pedang.
Thus saith the animal
Thank you Long. Thank you Yoi for the lembu. The shield. Asal macam cryo tapi nampak macam air. Dia ikut Mona ke ni?
Dahlia is a Hydro sword user and support character
Dia ikut Mona punya benda black tu.
provide a Hydro shield for his teammates.
Oh, it's like the shield appears in response to his prayer.
Yes, and for a certain period of time, after unleashing his elemental burst, Dahlia can gain stacks of benison by hitting enemies with normal attacks or triggering freeze reactions. When his shield breaks, Dahlia can consume his stacks of benison to summon it again, allowing him to continuously protect his party members and to increase their resistance to interruption.
Heck yeah.
And after unlocking a
Nak kuatkan shield kena buat damage. Macam Toma.
speed of the on-field character, allowing them dish out damage even faster.
Oh, nice.
Dia tak ada
So he
applier
can help us
cryo
target
tu
without
aku rasa.
interruption and
Yelah.
increase our attack speed.
Dia air. Dia tak ada applier. Dia maksud aku tak ada.
And with
Sambil
his
shield tu dia tak ada applier.
Sacramental
Macam attack
shower
enemy
appears
dengan
to be
elemental.
a
Dia shield biasa je.
decoration.
Dan skill dia
Have
ikut.
different effects depending on who comes into contact with
Ikut
it. For example, if it's an
apa dah nama albedo.
shower will
Macam leaf tapi dia bouncy.
dealing AoE hydro
Daripada leaf dia jadi bouncy pad.
enemies. But if a nearby party member
Boleh buat kat besar ni.
Sacramental
Oh.
shower will propel them high into the air,
Boleh buat.
allowing them to evade enemy attacks while gaining an aerial advantage.
Nampak? Mona punya effect.
So he's like really reliable in combat,
Yep.
though he seems kind of mischievous the rest of the time.
No, really.
Yes, he definitely does. He has his little mischievous thing going on. I still remember all his teasing towards Venti during the monster.
Aku tak perasan tadi. Saja nak buat damage team party cryo macam tu juga.
Communicates with the
Passive
will
dah.
of Barbados, right? I'm not sure what to make of their dynamic.
Well, I guess first and foremost, he's Venti's friend, right? But even though he likes to tease, he's serious about his
Dua-dua
position.
lelaki dan suara macam perempuan.
Oh,
Rupa pun boleh kata macam perempuan.
when Dahlia is in
Voice
your
actor
party,
pun perempuan. Dua-dua tu.
party members is increased during the day.
Oh.
Hey, all the better to spread the word of Barbados. Praise Barbados, right? It's that.
Bukan
is that how
kucing.
that works? Well, anyway, it's obvious he really cares about the people of Mondstadt.
Yeah.
Exactly, he definitely does. Besides, his mischievous nature keeps things a little bit interesting, don't you think? It's one of my favorite things about him.
Aww. Well, now that we've introduced our
Aku rasa boleh jugalah kalau nak jadikan attack speed Ayato.
travelers know when
Ya, aku rasa
to the
ikutlah.
parties.
Can do. Let's jump
Rasanya
right
si
into the wishes. In the first half of version 5.7,
Shana? Oh, kadang-kadang memang patut benar.
Shenhe.
Dahlia will also enjoy a drop rate boost on the first
Kenapa
half.
masih ada notification sound ni?
The new 5-star sword, Azure Light, will be featured on the weapon banner.
Yes! And in the second half of version 5.7, we'll have returning event wishes from Malwika and Emily.
Skip.
Pretty fire.
Alright,
Skip.
that's it for the event wishes.
Sebab
Let's
ada.
talk about the story content travelers can look forward to in the new version.
Ooh, okay. This is the big one.
Yeah.
Okay, let's set the scene. During their travels, the traveler comes across evidence that seems to suggest their sibling was in Natlan.
Oh, wait up. I see dainsleif.
Kamu fikir Shanhe second phase? No.
Means
Kamu kena ingat ni Genshin.
get complicated.
Yo.
Genshin akan ambil untung duit sebanyak yang boleh dan diorang akan buatkan
This image
5-star DPS tu dengan 5-star support tu bersebelahan dalam satu phase. Kau kena faham.
is. And the traveler in their
Genshin aku buat macam tu. Ingat lagi Mavuika dengan si Lali? Satu banner?
Yes, I feel like the tension is palpable.
That makes sense. I mean, there was definitely some tension when we saw our sibling during the bedtime story quest.
Oh, yeah.
Although we don't know what our sibling has been up to since then. Kari Bear did tell us that the Loom of Fate has been completed. Of course, we still don't know how powerful it is or what's needed to activate it.
Akan ada ni. Mungkin ending-ending last kali kot. Teaser last kali kot baru nodkrai.
It seems like all parties are converging in one place, Natlan. So maybe
Natlan.
that's where we can get some answers.
And I know one thing travelers will encounter in Natlan. A young woman dressed in peculiar clothing, hiding out in a cave.
Okay, muka dia lain.
Clothing that's special, though. Look at her eyes. Wait, is she...
Jangan kenal.
The plot, it thickens.
Jangan kenal.
Well, if the Abyss Order is out in full force in Natlan, it must mean there's been a new development in our siblings' grand plan.
Yup, and the Pyro Archon and our other friends from Natlan are on high alert. But the people of Natlan want a war against the Abyss itself. There's no universe where the Abyss Order gets to run wild in Natlan unchecked.
Well, if an altercation with the Abyss Order is in the cards,
Hey, dainsleif.
who's gonna be on the front lines? Twilight Sword himself, of course.
I mean, I can see it now. Dainsleif going all one-man army and rushing straight into action.
We actually will get to see
Aku tak tahu
this
kenapa.
time because our old friend
Table!
Dave is going to help us.
Aku tak rasa kita boleh swap.
in a
Dia akan jadi tekan ability macam tu je tu.
Okay, this is not a drill, everyone. We
Hampir.
finally get
Sikit lagi. Sikit lagi dia playable tu. Sikit lagi nak jadi playable tu. Sikit lagi tu.
And Dainsleif ventured
Sikit lagi tu.
territory. We'll get to see his special.
Ini ingatkan aku PGR punya QTE. Macam tu lah tu.
Between us and finding out the deal.
Enable power up macam tu.
But we faced the Abyss Order before. We can
Sikit lagi tu nak jadi playable.
doubt travelers will come out on top.
Oh yeah.
I guess,
Sikit
but
lagi tu.
the other question is, can we stop whatever our sibling is planning? What are their true goals? What does their plan mean for Teyvat? This quest might hold some very important answers.
I am so excited. I feel like this could be the start of a whole new phase in the quest to find our sibling.
Yes. It seems like it's not as simple as just finding them anymore. There's a lot more at
Aku
stake.
tak rasa Ita akan jumpa
So this
Lumin. Dia akan cari awet lagi.
Forward to.
Aku rasa itu je plan dia tu.
I think this is a good place to stop and take our first break.
Yeah, I need a sec to digest all that information.
Ooh, sounds good. Take a look at the second redemption code, travelers. We'll see
Void
you
Star.
on
Aku rasa
the other
second
side.
ni mesti Void Star. Oh, never mind. Kod berlainan. Okay, ni kod ketiga. Dah. Ketiga-tiga kod dah ada dah tu. Kod. kod. Ketiga kod. Apa benda lah. Your space time. Dah. Ketiga-tiga kod dah ada dah tu. Tapi itulah, ni lead punya yang Master Skirk ni sebenarnya apa, Master Skirk yang pertama. Void Star tu dua kod Master Skirk dengan Void tu daripada leak tu. Sebelum announcement live dah ada orang share. Your space sign tu ni dah dapat dah. Jadi ketiga-tiga kod ni claim ada kat situ. Makin baggy kalau kau kan, yeah. dia nak buat split.
All right, welcome
Apa saya
back, travelers.
tos.
Now that we've introduced the
Free
new
set
characters
tos.
and quests, it's time to jump into the version 5.7 event.
Rasanya pure DPS.
First up on the docket is an event that takes us back to Sumeru, where the Academia has developed a simulated adventure game.
Ooh.
Travelers will need to select various companion pieces.
Tak tahulah, saya dah pakai dia. Masalahnya saya tak tahu pun itu kod leak announcement live.
Board game style environment.
Yeah, and it's kind of like a choose your own adventure. You can go the rainforest
Benda tak tahu
or
pun.
the desert route. Each
Kita
path
nampak
has its own
kod,
story and
kita
level
cuba
of
claim,
difficulty.
lalas dapat
And at the end
tanpa
of each
pengetahuan.
adventure,
Jadi
travelers will face
tak tahu.
formidable opponents that require a
Ni
certain
event
level
apa?
of strength to defeat.
Oh, so
Ya Allah, ML Adventure mat.
Enhance the strength
Bukan,
of
ML apa
in
nama?
several ways.
Chess.
Besides
Chess
enhancing
apa
the
tak nama?
pieces themselves, travelers might notice that the pieces
Genshin chess apa nama? Ya
Go to
Allah.
battle with a lot of pieces of
Magic
the same
chess, ah.
species, and you can trigger unique species features. The higher the feature level, the stronger your pieces become.
Yeah.
Aku nak event kumbang tu, boleh tak please?
Oh, Saurian team could be cool. Oh, and it looks like you can also
Event kumbang
assign
PvP.
to your pieces to make them
Itu lagi
stronger.
best.
Yeah, that's right. And random events and encounters will occur during the adventure, which travelers can resolve to earn helpful rewards, like extra adventure coins, which travelers can use in the shop to purchase pieces to improve their lineup. Travelers can also open chests to get all kinds of useful equipment.
Nanti
Plus,
plus.
defeating formidable opponents along
Jangan.
the route will allow you to unlock secret
Tapi
techniques
rasanya macam boleh buat
strength of your
event tu.
entire team.
Ooh. Of course, certain encounters can also derail your plans.
Oh yeah.
Aku cuma nak event custom domain tu. Yang tu aku nak gila sangat.
Yeah, so I think travelers
Event
will have a lot of fun
Huiwan
dealing
balik.
with the unexpected in this event.
Dahlia,
It's a real test
Character
of
baru.
tactical thinking.
Macam Candy
Plus, there's
Crush.
more to this event than just the battle stages.
Oh.
Iya,
Travelers
banner
can
ada
also
kat kiri atas
participate in
tu.
research stages
Oh,
that involve
yep,
guiding
Candy
Pokemon
Crush.
to harvest fruit. Complete these stages to increase your speculation level and unlock additional buffs for your team.
so we actually get to put
Gameplay
time
skirt
into
tu.
Finally.
Yup.
Lawa ke tu.
Of course,
Nice juga.
completing this event will reward travelers with all sorts of goodies.
Banyak
including
efek.
Primo gems and
Sambil tergapung, sambil slash enemy.
parties.
Nice.
All right. In this next event, an old friend and genius
Maverick je ke suara dia macam asal VA-nya?
and better than ever with a
Don't know.
new and
Tak tahu.
improved turret.
Let me guess. He needs us to clear out monsters in an abandoned ruin.
Dah ada man.
Yeah, that's right. But this time, travelers will face more formidable enemies than just
Tuan
slime.
sekali.
That Sama trophy gives
Apa dia?
shields to its allies.
Oh,
Dia macam pernah nampak je tapi dia bukan tembak. Ni tembak balon aku rasa. Dia rerun tu.
Clear out our opponents.
oh nice.
Aku rasa aku ingat event ni.
Shot
Dia
split into
tembak
small
balon.
parts and fired.
Sampai balon dia tembak apa
for
dah?
taking out multiple enemies at
Aku
once.
tak ingat.
And directed piercing shots can be used to take down
Aku
shields
paling pendek.
or target
Ah,
enemies hiding in the corner.
Bapak engkaunya dah.
Type of event where you can really just let loose and relieve some stress.
Apa sah aku yang pendek.
Definitely. But strategic ammunition choices will help you clear out the battlefield even faster.
So far, we've introduced events you have to tackle solo, but this next event gives travelers the chance to work as a team. In reminiscent regimen Frenzy,
Skirk tanpa es coffee ibarat Mavuika tanpa Shilonen tak tinggi damage nanti.
made up of 3 stages.
Tapi saya ada Furina,
Ooh,
C1.
cool seeing what characters ever
Dah ada Shilonen, dah ada Kazuha.
comps.
Well, there's
Aku rasa boleh je go.
each challenge, so your best bet
Kan
is to
teruk
choose a
mana.
character whose skills are suited to the objective. But of course, every character has their strength.
Dia macam mana nak dapatkan ulti tu?
Also has smaller objectives that require
Macam mana nak
teams to
cepatkan
work
dapat
together
ulti
and
tu?
combine their skills.
Dia sama ke macam si Mavuika nak kena ada karakter Natalan?
Team.
Nice.
And in addition,
Dia ada mekanik macam tu ke nak dapatkan ulti Skirk tu?
random regiments to complete.
Ke ulti Skirk ni hanya macam kalau guna skill banyak kali normal attack, sedut dia punya stat dia,
Yep,
lagi cepat
and
dapat ulti.
remember, regiments
Kalau Skirk sahaja yang boleh cepatkan dapat ulti, aku rasa tak perlu pun Escoffier.
So, not saying I need to do this or anything.
Dia
but
kalau nak solo macam tu pun boleh cepat juga dapat ulti tu.
Kinda
Mavuika ni
fine if you needed to.
tak ada karakter Natalan sebelah, sunyi
Could,
ulti,
in theory.
susah ulti.
I think all travelers have
Tak ada
something.
siapa boleh kalahkan Mavuika aku rasa ni.
It's about how you work together.
Mavuika punya ulti tu memang lambat dapat kalau tak ada satu lagi karakter Natalan.
Kind of motivation too.
Shilonen lah paling laju.
For sure. And this time, teamwork is more important than ever. Because in this iteration,
Nak kena research lah sikit Skirk ni, macam mana dia dapat ulti cepat.
more challenging.
Ooh, that means when
Kalau
it
betul
comes to
katanya nak kena
selection
macam
and combat strategy,
kena ada Escoffier, aku tak rasa kena ada Escoffier. Nak kena ada Cryo ataupun Hydro rasanya nak cepatkan dapat ulti
Very excited to announce
semestinya
a new
Skirk.
permanent event called Stygian Onslaught.
Mungkin tu maksudnya. Tak
Travelers
semestinya Skirk.
farm artifacts
Apa
more
Escoffier.
and efficiently.
Lagi
as well
better
as
Escoffier,
obtain
tapi tu lah.
customization items for free.
for free.
For free.
A new
Aku rasa
permanent event.
nanti nak kena
Okay,
research lah sikit.
details now.
Siapa tengok leak tu bagi tahulah mana yang dah faham ulti macam mana nak dapat Skirk ni macam mana.
Featuring unique
Kongsi-kongsi share lah.
difficulty levels to choose from.
Oh.
Participation
Nak cepat dapat ulti aku tak rasa dia perlukan energy regen. Apa energy regen? Energy regen.
Artifact enhancement.
Okay, so you said
Energy
we'll be able to
return.
farm artifacts more freely. What does that mean exactly?
It means the artifact drops aren't set in stone.
Aku tengah bebel tadi. Aku tak tahu apa benda dia cerita pasal apa ni.
First 10 days after the event
Aku
begins,
terlepas.
the line disturbance will be an outbreak state. During this period, travelers who clear any stage at level
Oh, ni event
can expend any kind of resin to
dapat
obtain
artifact.
artifacts from the leyline blossom at the end of the stage. And before the stage
Oh.
begins, travelers will get to choose which domain,
Domain
blessing
baru.
they want the artifact drops to come from.
Right.
Energy regen.
Travelers can also tackle the stages in co-op, right? So you can still farm with friends.
Yes.
Oh, boleh co-op.
And you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
Oh,
Okay,
jap.
the
Ni
amount of
jap.
hours I'm about to pour into this thing.
Yang ni
In and throw away the key, honestly.
nak farm
Oh
artifact.
my god, you make it sound like
Permanent challenge.
Anyway, you also
Okay, jap.
mentioned
Ni
something
benda
about
tempat
target
domain farm artifact tapi lawan boss dan boleh co-op.
So version 5.7 is
Apa
introducing
beza?
artifact-related item.
Apa beza dengan domain biasa daripada merana nak kena lawan boss? Aku tak rasa aku nak lawan boss untuk farm artifact.
We all know what it's like to raise
aku
an
salah faham
artifact that has potential.
Aku bebel sampai aku tak faham apa benda dia cakap. Aku rasa itu kot. Yang tu sebab dia kot.
This item is designed
Dapat primoy. Itu
Artifacts
feather
wanna work,
apa?
right? We all know every 4 levels, a random substat gets enhanced as you raise an artifact to level 20. But it doesn't always turn out the way you want.
Yeah.
So this item allows you to re-roll the substat enhancement to the level 20 artifact.
Ada ikut HSA.
Before each re-roll, you get to
Re-roll.
substats you want to prioritize.
Oh, ni kita boleh select.
As revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration.
Kita boleh ni kita boleh select re-roll.
Being able to resurrect from the grave. Like,
Better lagi daripada HSA.
Yeah, really powerful. right?
Bagus.
Starting in
Dan lagi
5.7,
bagus.
travelers who
Tapi aku rasa benda lah nak guna untuk reroll tu susah nak dapat. Aku rasa itu susah nak dapat. Melainkan kau whaler lah.
version for free.
Kalau kau whaler senang lah.
Him and Gnostic Chorus rewards will
Ya,
feature
nak kena beli.
During version 1.7, travelers
Lepas
will be
kena
able to
beli
claim 2
ataupun
Dustin
purchase
Enlightenment
dekat kedai.
directly from their in-game menu
Bulu edit ni.
after logging into Genshin.
Aku tak rasa ayat itu.
Okay, let's just pause to
Kau
take that.
tolong jangan jadikan itu nama panggilan dia.
Do you have a
Aku tak nak bila patch ni nanti aku nak cari dalam inventory untuk bulu edit artifact.
In the new permanent
Aku tak nak jadikan itu nama
completing
dia.
it solo. But
Tak nak tu.
difficulty is a bit much for some people.
Yeah,
Aku
like-
nak tukar lah artifact ni, nak reroll mana bulu mana bulu edit dekat.
Well, I will come in, and the strongest travelers in Teyvat will come in to help us out. Specifically, we're talking about travelers who
Aduh.
have cleared an even higher level.
Tiga-tiga kod dah ada dah tu, tapi yang void tu
Exalted ones. Then, when
rasanya
attempting
tiga-tiga tu dah boleh claim ah.
difficulty
Dah boleh claim lah tu.
other travelers can receive extra buffs by including exalted ones in their lineup.
Oh, cool. So travelers can help each other even.
Nanti aku nak tengok balik announcement live ni sebabkan aku bebel dan aku tak fokus langsung.
Wait, hold on. You mentioned an even higher level of difficulty just now. I thought level 5 was the highest.
Yeah, well, clearing level 5 solo unlocks a secret level of difficulty. Level 6. Dire difficulty.
Oh no.
Once you reach level 6, it's
Yeay! Hanya whalers je gembira.
no promise of primo gems.
Hanya whaler saja gembira.
Just formidable enemies and an unrelenting
Ni dalam live man.
yourself.
Nanti bila habis live ni baru boleh replay balik. Tengok balik.
Okay, that definitely sounds dire. So you're telling me travelers really don't get anything in return for accomplishing something like that?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see now, won't we?
What? I can't wait.
All right, that's it for Stygian Onslaught. Just a reminder, the
Stygian.
outbreak period
Stygian
begins
Onslaught.
Wednesday after a version update, or 8 days into the new version. So don't forget to gather your friends and get farming when the time comes. All right, time to lock in. Travelers
Oh, ada event ni balik.
excited to hear that the next installment of the Traveler's Tales is coming in version 5.7.
Event ni ada orang tak suka sebabkan banyak bebel, tapi aku okey je ni. Nampak lebih alive dalam game.
And make a lot of great new memories.
Yeah.
Adalah macam kita jalan-jalan kat map.
Counters in store for us
Tak ada
this time.
macam playable character berjalan-jalan sana sini. Aku rasa better ada ni lah.
Hang on a sec. So
Lepak-lepak character playable kita ni lepak-lepak sana sini. Aku rasa aku lebih suka macam tu.
Never thought about it before, but
Kita boleh duduk sebelah ke, ataupun waktu kita nak push back nak pull banner, kita boleh duduk sebelah dia orang.
I love him.
Kalau NPC
he's got
playable
quite the posse
ada kat
around him.
open world,
Oh, it's so
rasa
cute.
okey gak tu.
I know what they're talking about.
Oh, and it looks like Dory.
Jalan-jalan lepak-lepak ke.
Is she trying to sell something to Sayu?
Oh, of course.
Oh no, someone save Sayu. She's too innocent for Dory's schemes.
Honestly, though, a crafty merchant like Dory could show up anywhere, and I wouldn't be surprised. I bet we even run into her and nodkrai at some point.
Ooh, I wonder how many other friends will show up this time.
From what I've heard, it's quite a few. So keep a lookout.
Karakter baru lah, karakter yang keempat bawah belah kiri tu.
To run into characters
Kereta baru.
in the open world is
Tak
such
pernah
a
diorang
tradition.
nampak,
I wish it was part of it.
belum rilis lagi.
Right? I know.
Rasanya.
It really makes the open world feel more alive and
Akan
interactive.
banner dia eksklusif.
The devs have said that making Traveler's Tales a permanent event is.
Dia punya duration banner 1 hari je.
Look forward to that
Dah hilang-hilang.
in the future.
Yippee!
Finally, overflowing abundance is
Double
returning.
talent, double barang.
Travelers can look forward to double the talent and weapon ascension material drops, so don't miss out.
Oh, kali ni kita boleh
New
Raiden
be added in version 5.7.
Oh,
dengan Shanhe.
Shogun and Shenhe.
Oh, Shenhe's echo.
Raiden dengan Shanhe kali ni.
I see sigils and pops of red in there. Okay, girl, very fitting.
And the Raiden Shoguns like petals floating in the
Aduh
wind.
kan lawa gara yang tu.
Matches so well.
Dia ada efek macam gold macam tu outline.
Make
Yang tu,
sure your
tu nice
characters
lah.
are ready. Travelers can
Tak sabar nak merana dalam Echo Trial Challenge Raiden. Aku tak tahu macam mana trial dia nanti.
You can now add
Aku rasa merana tu.
Lolly and Chaska to your decks.
Don't miss
Benar lah
out.
trial dia tu payah tu.
All right, that brings us to the system
Loadout!
optimizations that travelers can look forward to in the new.
Mana loadout?
First up is
Spiral based optimization.
management feature for mobile players.
Oh.
Okay, ini untuk mobile player. Mana ni mesti ni dengar sikit.
Reduce the package size of the mobile version.
Dude, nice. I feel like our phones will thank us.
After the 5.7 update, travelers will receive a pop-up notification after opening Genshin Impact on mobile, asking them to choose from different resource plans.
Okay.
Under the basic plan, the system will retain the necessary resources for daily gameplay and optimize the resource usage for some Archon quests, story quests, and hangout events.
Okay, so that means clearing out some old quest resources to save storage space, right? But what about players whose progress is a bit all over the place? How does that work?
Don't worry, the dev team has accounted for that. The system will provide different guidance and solutions based on account progress and quest status to ensure that travelers still have a smooth gaming experience. And when you need to start an Archon quest, story quest, or hangout event that
Macam
isn't
DLC. Ini yang aku suka.
download the required
Nak
resources as
buat
needed.
quest.
Oh, it's like
Kalau diorang buat ni kat
So
event,
travelers who haven't updated
event yang dah
the version
lepas,
in a long
aku rasa
time
ni bagus juga.
might be able to free up
Ma-
quite
buat
a
macam
bit of
DLC
storage
punya
space
jenis.
optimization.
Supaya orang lama, orang yang baru main ni tak adalah terlepas event yang lama.
Maybe rely on
Ni benda bagus tu.
small stuff.
Diorang boleh buat ni dekat event juga.
If you don't have storage concerns, nothing has to change. You can just choose
Macam DLC.
all game
Kalau
resources
quest tu nak buat,
and this setting can be
download
changed
quest
at
tu.
any time in the
Main.
pipeline menu, where you
Benda
can
ni
choose for
bagus tu.
completed quest resources to be automatically cleared in future version updates, or for all game resources to be updated as normal.
Oh, okay.
This should also make it easier for people to try out Genshin Impact for the first time.
Yep. For further details, be sure to check out the developers' discussion as well as future announcements across Genshin Impact's official accounts.
Okay.
And you will now be able to directly use fragile resin to claim rewards from leyline blossoms and common challenge domains.
Aku rasa dah bagi tahu dah tadi.
And talent material domains.
Kenapa?
This also applies to the artifact drops in the new permanent event we introduced earlier.
Yes.
Fragile resin is worth 60 original resin. So that means you get...
Mai, dia bukan guna resin biasa tau. Dia guna resin
That's for sure.
fragile terus.
Also, the Adventurer Handbook
What
will
the
now
fuck?
have guide entries for 40 resin bosses.
Pakai resin biasa, fragile resin terus. Aku rasa tak lama lagi nak kumpul material ni guna resin, guna primo terus aku rasa tu. Tak payah convert lah
Alright,
kepada resin.
let's move on to
Dia
some
terus pergi
optimizations for the spiral abyss.
guna primo untuk
When
collect
moving to the
artifact.
next floor or restarting a
Macam pay
challenge,
to win terus.
now save your current party lineup or clear it with a single click.
Oh, easy.
And you can claim your challenge rewards directly after completing floor 12. If you're not satisfied with your performance, you can also restart the challenge directly
Yeah.
from the optimization screen.
Retry
Nice.
button.
Small things here and there really add up over time.
Yeah, so hopefully these optimizations make for a better experience.
Tapi itulah sekali
overall.
lagi resin tak menaikkan lagi
Another long one,
capacity.
you guys, but it's not over yet. A mystery guest left a message for us, so let's check it out along with the third redemption code.
旅人の皆さん、こんにちは。鈴木愛理です。
Itu kod ketiga dah. Sekarang nampak awkward dengan aku punya karakter tengah-tengah. Sunyi, seorang-seorang.
ことになりました。とても嬉しいです。
Apalah memang betul
ありがとうございます。私は、スカークというキャラクターのアニメショートテーマソングの、スター・オデッセイという楽曲を歌わせていただいたんですが、この楽曲は全編英語で世界各国というか世界にこう届ける歌ということで、全て英語の詩なので、私にとってはこの世界に入って初めての経験でとてもドキドキしたのですが、
I'm Mr.
皆さん
Lonely.
と一緒に気持ちを共有できたらいいなと思って今からとてもワクワクしています。
Nak tengok teaser Nodkrai confirm ada ni.
詩を聞いてすごく強いけど孤独と戦いながら今日まで生きてきた、そんな強くてかっこいい女性っていうのを頭に置きながら歌を歌いましたので、その気持ちが届くと嬉しいです。この楽曲はショートフィルムと同時公開されます。皆さんぜひ。
Oh ni aku rasa nanti ada lah tu.
あれでした。
Nanti dia post lah kat Genshin punya ni.
OMG! An
Buatkan aku lagi pendek.
for skirk
Ni semua tidak adil.
So
That's
exciting.
so exciting. Well, you guys, that brings us to the end of our announcements for this version. That was a whirlwind.
It certainly was. So, What are you all looking forward to the most? For me, I have to say, although it's a little biased, I am
Apa
clearly
dia tiba-tiba ada accent?
Dahlia.
Yes.
But you know, I'm also really excited about the new permanent content like Stygian Onslaught.
Apa dia tiba-tiba ada accent? Tadi tak ada kan?
It's kind of hard to pick just
Kenapa
one.
tiba-tiba ada
I'm
accent?
excited for my girl Malika
Of
in
course.
TCG, but like I'm also really excited to see Navilet, my fave, in the Traveler's Tales.
Yes. Well, I'm really excited for, I might be a little biased as well. I'm really excited for Skirk.
Who?
Wow, really? I am also so excited for Dahlia. And like, we've been waiting so long for these characters. And also, dainsleif. I'm so excited. And that animated short, oh my gosh. And also, of course, the lore girlies. We are eating so well this patch. I'm so excited for that twins quest.
Aku tak rasa ada map.
I feel like it's clear from
Map
past
baru
few
tak ada.
patches that the story has really been amped.
Event apa patch
This version seems to
cerita.
be no exception.
Yeah, right?
Patch bercerita.
Pretty soon, we'll be in our 5th year of adventuring.
Dia tak ada map rasanya. Domain dia aku rasa.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
So it feels like we're really getting to see how a lot of elements that seemed separate at first are starting to converge.
Mm-hmm. And after what we saw in the dev team's nodkrai teaser, I'm even more excited to see how the story unfolds from here.
Right? And we hope travelers have fun doing the same.
Okay, so that's it for the Genshin Impact version 5.7 special program. Thank you so much for tuning in, everybody.
Ad Astra Abyssos, travelers, and happy adventuring!
Teaser, teaser, teaser,
I got
teaser,
big boom.
teaser, 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 teaser.
Wait a second. It looks like another friend from afar is
Yes.
rushing over to share some interesting
Yes.
news.
Semua senyap. Wah.
Nodkrai, an ever-changing landscape of ruin, a marvel corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were
Whoa.
once undisturbed save for a
Wow.
light, the wild
Asal macam pernah nampak purple ni?
There are those who bear the name of Frost Moon, living where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades. I hear that the Snowland Fae still yearn for the frosts of old, while the Fatui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false firmament.
Oh, dotok.
The nights,
Ada dotok situ.
nearing the end of a long and arduous
Vaka.
My friends, of course, shan't be outdone. They will no doubt bring a magical charm to this
Sama ada tu Klee ataupun Alice.
And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand, so does
Tadi tu Alice ataupun macam Klee pun ada.
pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The
Macam silly.
is about to begin.
Alice tu aku rasa Alice tu. Ada Dr. Ray, ada si Vaka tu lagi. Playable tu. Dan rupa dia, ya, memang macam jepat. Oh, ni apa ni? Oh, schedule. Nanti akan ada gambar ni, dia post kat social media ni. Nantilah aku share juga lah. Berdala screenshot kalender ni. Primo. Kalau lah yang overflowing tu Primo juga. Double talent tu pun bagi Primo juga. Aku rasa best juga tu. Macam tamak sangat aku ni. Ada lagi ya? And aku rasa habis dah. Okay, aku nak tengok balik announcement. Dia jelaskan macam mana skirk punya kit ni. Kalau boleh lah. Nak kena tunggu rasanya. Dan YT punya tak start lagi. YT punya tak start lagi. Aku tak tahu kenapa YT tak start lagi. Oh, masih premiere. Aku nak tengok balik. Sini ada replay. Aku nak tengok dia jelas macam mana kit si skirk ni. Come on. Masih live lagi ni. Nak kena tunggu. Salah technical. Ada orang kena pecat lagi ni. Masih sunyi. Apa-apa pun jangan lupa claim kod kat kiri atas tu. Claim. Banner nanti pun ada. Aku akan ambil si ni je lah kan. Skirk je lah. Yang lain tu tak. Walaupun macam Shanhe tu boleh juga. Escopia tu tengoklah. Tengoklah dulu macam mana aku buat damage dengan skirk sahaja. Kalau rasa macam teruk sangat nak kena ada Escopia juga. Genshin nak untung lebih. Nak ada 5 star support je. Aku tak rasa tu benda bagus kalau macam DPS 5 star tu dia depend pada support 5 star. Aku tak rasa itu benda bagus. Benda bagus untuk Whaler ya. Benda bagus untuk Whaler saja. Sekejap korang bisu sekejap. Mari sini. Korang punya suara aku buka suara korang sekejap. Mana suara korang ni. Korang punya voice dah sekarang dah ada voice Tadi aku bisu korang. Bertest komen. Test tu. Masih ni lagi lah. Bila lah unlock 1.20 tak tahu. Dah.
Masani 滅びの災いと呼ぶにふさわしいわ。終わりなき苦痛と消えることのない呪い。
だからよそ者なんて
Pasir skirk kena ada hydro cryo UJ naikkan damage dia.
滅びの災いと呼ぶにふさわしいわ。終わりなき苦痛と消えることのない呪い。
Dia tambah crit rate dan kalau C6 kurangkan resistance physical.
の誕生。
Dua aku rate 5070 ada 120%.
Genshin ni tak tahu bila. Permulaan ni tak tengok awal tau. Korang tak tengok awal. Tapi tu lah kita orang tak faham. Daripada tadi ada
滅びの災いと呼ぶにふさわしいわ。終わりなき苦痛と消えることのない呪い。
Ya, bagi kita tengok ni dulu lah. Tengok ni sekejap. Tengok balik.
救世主の誕生。運命の食器はついに役目を果たしたの。アビス教団の名は知ってたが、これほど大規模で広範囲な動きを見せるのは初めてだ。まるでナタ相手に戦争を仕掛けようとしてるような。宇宙船スリープポット？
Benda lah gadget tu kan. Aku tak tahu kenapa tapi nampak macam benda Ultraman punya benda. Ultraman punya benda bertukar dia tu. Aku seorang je nampak macam tu.
42の星が消えた。何者かがずうずうしくもこの世界から吸い取っているのだ。
災いはいつか必ず訪れる。みんなもそう言ってるわ。彼女の存在を無視し続けたらいつか本当に彼女の声が聞こえなくなってしまうからね。すぐそこにいるじゃない。
お前の魂は欠けていて、傷口にはアビスに侵食された跡が見られる。アビスの力の使い方を学ぶつもりもないのなら、私が代わりに調べるしかない。無に帰せ。この手にレック星々よ、静かに眠れ。
ジンリュウ。Aduh ya.
はじめまして、私はダリア、セピロス教会の女祭、
ジンリュウ。
風神バルバトスの伝道師です。面白くなってきた。
And then ada bouncy pad.
風神様のお告げです。
Ulti dia yang shield tu.
私の夜はここで終わる。だがお前の旅はまだまだ続く。
Skirk sedih main gitar.
お前は私の師匠、極悪鬼ストロッチを知っているのだろう。
戦線は総崩れだ。
Stology nama subjek tu. Daripada nama-nama.
お前の望んだことか。
お兄ちゃんはいつも運命を変えようとしてる。でも今回は何としても止めてみせる。
よくやったスカーク。今回も生き残れたか。
今もなお運命の食器は動いているのか。
なぜお前が鈍性のクジラの権能を持っている。
するとロッチ。
経緯などとうの昔に消え去った貴様の傲慢さと邪悪さに気づいた時にな。
500年前にお兄ちゃんと再会する機会を逃すわけにはいかないから。
いずれ本物の宇宙に帰るだろう。
旅の終点で2人の新たな始まりが待ってる。
Space and time for you. Ya dah, sekarang aku nak tengok dia punya ni. Mana dia punya
Merciless.
lagu boss ni tu.
Dog goes out.
Lagu boss Whale.
Child's master and someone capable of training in the abyss, Skirk's combat skills are truly something special. First, it's worth pointing out, Skirk doesn't use a vision. Her powers come from the abyss, but in the interest of blending in, she camouflages it to appear cryo.
Kuasa dia sebenarnya Abyss, tapi Genshin sebenarnya malas untuk letak elemen baru, jadi dia orang letak je lah cryo secara ringkas.
Like in nature. And in addition, Skirk's attacks do not rely on elemental energy.
Perlu ke elemental energy.
Kind of energy known as serpent subtlety instead. And when you tap her elemental skill, Skirk gains a certain amount of energy and enters a special combat state, signaled by her change in outfit, which is very cute, might I add. While in this state, Skirk's normal, charged, and plunging attacks deal cryo damage that can't be overridden.
Tak boleh overridden.
Also increases her resistance,
interruption,
and attack AoE.
Okay.
And when cryo-related reactions are triggered, multiple void rifts will appear on the field.
Void Rift, okay.
Skirk can use her charged attack or her special elemental burst to absorb the void rifts. And after unleashing a special elemental burst, her normal attack's damage will be increased based on the number of rifts absorbed.
Aw, heck yeah. So it's kind of like the more she fights, the stronger she gets.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, holding her elemental skill is another option. When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield. Once she has enough energy, she can unleash her elemental burst to deal.
Sekejap. Holding elemental skill allow absorb them. Aku rasa dia absorb benda lah rift tu Bila kita normal attack, dia akan buka stack rift tu. Nampak tu benda lah. Macam Tacit lah kalau main WoW. Tacit punya benda lah logo tu. Tacit. Tu ada. Key kanan.
Burst.
Kecil tu. Menegak tu.
Her
Also, weapon dia sword boleh
normal attacks damage will be increased based on
tu yang belaki tu. Itu dia punya ni. Kalau dia sedut banyak, waktu tu boleh buka ulti.
Heck yeah. So it's
ulti yang enhance punya macam tu aku rasa.
Yeah, pretty much. Plus, holding her elemental skill is another option. When there are void rifts on the field, holding her elemental skill will allow Skirk to absorb them and gives her the ability to quickly maneuver around the battlefield. Once she has enough energy, she can unleash her elemental burst to deal consecutive slashes of AoE damage.
Macam tu lah.
She's a unit you can keep
Jadi
on the
tak perlu pun ada ni. Tak bermaksudnya nak kena ada Escoffier untuk ada ulti. Dia DPS normal attack lagi pun. Nak dapatkan ulti damage sakit, dia kena spam normal attack banyak kali sampai ada banyak bendala rift dan collect, barulah boleh ulti sakit damage. Macam tu je. Tapi pasif dia tu yang boleh kuatkan lagi damage kalau team party ada air dan electro sahaja. Tu dah bagi tahu dah. When a hydro and cryo party member deal their corresponding elemental damage, skirk normal attack dealt in 7 state as well elemental burst. Mesti ni tutup dia punya ni. Bila hydro dengan cryo dalam party buat damage elemental damage, normal attack damage dealt dengan ultimate burst dia punya damage akan naik. Macam tu lah. Bila team party dia air dengan cryo sahaja, dia akan lagi kuat lah.
Hydro and cryo characters also further enhances her abilities. And if you're
Dia tak restrict mana pun. Aku rasa boleh je kalau nak main api.
Your party members' elemental skill
Mungkin
level
tak.
will be
Kalau kan susah agak lah. Aku rasa mungkin nak kena tengok dulu macam mana. Sebab ada si lali. Tak, bukan. Cryo masalahnya. Dia cryo jadi. Mungkin tak.
increased by 1.
Whoa, so she enhances her party members' skills too. Once a mentor, always a mentor, I guess.
Oh yeah.
It sounds like Tartaglia had a great teacher.
Tu dia punya stack kat kanan tu.
Sure did.
Tesik. Aku panggil tesik lah, mampus lah.
The look of her camouflaged abyssal powers.
Right.
The special effects are incredible.
Right.
Lepas tu Dahlia ni aku tak kisah. Aku nak tengok yang
Her outfit changes too. Okay, slay. It looks a lot more suited for battle. Don't
Completing these submissions can grant both
Team will be assigned
the entire team. Each stage also.
battlefield even faster.
So far, we've introduced events you have to tackle solo, but this next event gives as their strength.
based on
Motivation
yang
too.
tu event besaran.
Sure.
Yang
And this
ni
time, teamwork is more important than
event ni.
onslaught.
Ooh.
In this event, travelers will be able to farm artifacts more freely and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
For free?
For free, as this event, travelers will be able to farm artifacts more freely and efficiently, as well as obtain artifact customization items for free.
For free?
For free.
a new permanent event. Okay, we need details now.
All right. Each update will feature a challenge that is split into 3 phases, each featuring unique mechanics with 5 difficulty levels to choose from.
Ooh.
Participation in the event will reward travelers with primo gems, artifacts, and valuable
Okay, so you said we'll be able to farm artifacts more freely? What does that mean exactly?
It means the artifact drops aren't set in stone, and you can switch
pilih.
where they come from. For the first 10 days after the event begins, the leyline disturbance will be in outbreak state. During this period, travelers who clear any stage at level 3 difficulty or higher can expend any kind of resin to obtain artifacts from the leyline blossom at the end of the stage. And before the stage begins, travelers will get to choose which domain of blessing they want the artifact drops to come from.
Right, so travelers can also tackle the stages in co-op, right? So you can still farm with friends.
Yes, and you'll be rewarded with additional artifacts every time you consume a certain amount of resin.
Okay, the amount of hours I'm about to pour into this thing. Lock me in and throw away the key, honestly.
Oh my god, you make it sound like you're in prison. Anyway, you also mentioned something about targeted artifact enhancement, Katiana. What's that about?
Yeah, right. So version 5.7 is introducing a new artifact-related item, Dust of Enlightenment.
Bulu.
Ooh. What is it?
Well, we all know what it's like to raise an artifact that has potential, only for it to turn out kind of less than ideal.
Yeah.
So this item is designed to help with that. So, Artifact 101, right? We all know every 4 levels of
Ni benda bagus.
gets
Ni benda
enhanced as
bagus.
you raise an artifact to level 20.
Ni benda bagus.
But it doesn't always turn out the way you want.
Yeah.
So this item allows you to re-roll the substat enhancements of a level 20 artifact.
Yo, wait,
What?
really?
Yeah. Before each reroll, you get to specify the types of substats you want to prioritize. After the result is revealed, you can choose to either keep the original substat configuration or accept the new one.
Oh my god, it's like being able to resurrect an artifact from the grave. Like, we really needed this.
Yeah, really.
Tapi aku rasa dua je.
Bro still deep dev.
Itulah. Dia buatkan aku risau juga sebenarnya. Dia memang bagus pun. Tapi 2 je lah. Aku rasa aku tak boleh nak tamak mana lah. Benda nak kena merana juga dalam farming artifact ni. Ada satu lagi benda ni. Aku rasa bulu edit ni susah nak dapat sebab benda lah ni.
Travelers who participate in the new permanent event Stygian Onslaught
Macam mana nak
will be
dapat?
able to obtain a total of 3 dusts of
Siapa yang participate new event
new permanent event Stygian Onslaught will be able to obtain a
dapat 3 total
total of
untuk
3
percuma.
dusts of enlightenment per version for free.
Setiap version untuk apa secara free. Dia reset berapa kali tu? Ada time remaining tu, dia reset berapa kali tu? Every 120 dire prestige gain only make you earn additional 5-star artifact. When you reach 1200, you will earn dire commendation. Maksudnya bila dapat 1200 tu dapatlah bulu.
Maybe sebulan or 2 minggu.
Aku nak tahu berapa kerap kita boleh dapat ni. Berapa banyak primo tu? 2, 300, 450. 450 reset. Boleh lah, ada permanent dah reset kan. Aku nak tahu sama ada kita kena try hard teruk gila untuk dapatkan sepenuhnya. Complete challenge menacing or higher difficulty. Challenge fearless or higher difficulty single player mode. Kalau kita main solo dapat tu. Kalau kita main menacing aku rasa lagi tinggi lah daripada fearless kot. Entahlah, aku rasa macam goal tu aku seorang je kah ataupun dia punya turutan goal tu salah. Goal tu dekat atas daripada bendala pink tu. Balik dah tu. Aku macam pelik macam mana? Aku rasa menacing fearless lagi tinggi lah maksudnya. Dia patutnya nombor Roman tu IV dulu baru V. I, double I, triple I, IV baru V. Jadi
And the Gnostic hymn and
boleh dapatkan battle pass. Ya.
feature 1 each.
Oh.
Plus, during version 5.7, travelers will be able to claim 2 dusts of enlightenment directly from
Okay, kita dapat percuma 2 bila betul-betul selepas update
version
dekat mail.
5.7. Travelers will be able to claim 2 dusts of enlightenment directly from their in-game mailbox after
nak reroll 1 RT.
Rasanya satu je.
logging into Genshin Impact.
Yes!
Okay, let's just pause to take that in for a sec. Oh, but I do have a question.
So, according to the devs, the rewards for clearing the level 5 difficulty in the new permanent event can only be obtained by completing
1 bulu per Artivo 20.
Clearing the level 5 difficulty in the new permanent event can only be obtained by completing it solo. But what if that level of difficulty is a bit much for some people?
Yeah, like me.
Yeah, well, don't worry, I'll hard carry you.
Whoa.
Well, I will come in and the strongest travelers in Tevat will come in to help us out. Specifically, we're talking about travelers who have cleared an even higher level of difficulty. The characters used to complete those battles become exalted ones.
Oh.
Kena label lah siap. Siapa yang dah settlekan finish level tinggi tu, kau dipanggil exalted ones. Kau kena label siap.
Then, when attempting a level 1 through 5 difficulty challenge, other travelers can receive extra buffs by including exalted ones in
Oh, ini macam pinjam pinjam member punya dapat buff. Macam event hari tu lah yang dapat name card tu, dapat ambil buff daripada member. Dia
Travelers
berkurang.
can help each other even outside of co-op. I like that, and I need that. Wait, hold on. You mentioned an
Susah nak faham 100% sampailah ada patch benda ala ni bila kita dah main.
well, clearing level
Masa ni kita faham macam ni ya.
unlocks a secret level of difficulty.
Bila solo level 5, kau boleh unlock level 6 lah. Lagi tinggi difficulty.
Level 6.
Itu ada berita gembira untuk Weller.
Once you reach level 6, it's dire straits. There are no
Bukan solo character kan? Single player kan maksudnya?
companions to turn to for comfort. No promise of primo gems to drive you forward.
Bukan solo character.
Just formidable enemies and an unrelenting desire to prove yourself.
Okay, that definitely sounds dire. So you're telling me travelers really don't get anything in return for accomplishing something like that?
Well, we'll just have to wait and see now, won't we?
What? I can't wait.
All right, that's it for Stygian Onslaught. Just a reminder, the outbreak period begins the second Wednesday after a version update. Or 8 days into the new version. So don't forget to gather your friends and get farming when the time comes. Alright.
Jadi bendala event tu akan ada bila selepas patch. Tapi nak kena tunggu 8 hari lagi.
Time to lock.
Hari Rabu.
Travelers might also.
Maksudnya patch akan ada berapa hari bulan sekarang ni? 6 hari bulan. Minggu depan, minggu satu lagi. Rabu tu akan ada patch. Rabu minggu depan tu akan ada bendala event tadi.
So be excited to hear that the next installment of the Traveler's Tales is coming in version 5.7. Yippee! Yippee!
So, 7.
Event is in the event is in, yeah, and I travelers.
This time.
Been running. So live and inter.
Finally, overflowing abundance.
Forward to that making time in the
End of tension.
Aku nak dengar tadi. Tu.
Works. So travelers can look forward to that sometime in the future. Yippee! In the works. So travelers can look forward to that sometime in the future. Yippee!
Finally,
Aku nak letak notification sound tu.
End of version 5.7.
Yippee!
Travelers can look forward to double the talent and weapon essentials.
Echo's challenges will be added in
Ada Raiden, ada Shanhe.
Like pet.
You want to clean
Lawa ke?
TC.
Aku tak kisah.
The new.
First up is an improved resource management.
Yippee!
Will pop necessary
Ni korang dah tahu kan?
How does that work?
Main kat phone senang lah.
travelers who
Ni
haven't
bagus ni.
updated to ensure that traveler quest or hangout event that
Ni Quest Foreigner. Kalau tak download lagi, boleh download Quest Foreigner sahaja. Macam DLC tu. Bagus tu benda ni. Sangat-sangat bagus.
the system will download
DLC.
required resources as needed.
Nak buat,
Play?
Yup.
download.
So travelers
Tak nak
who
buat,
haven't
biarkan
updated the mobile version in a long time might be able to free up quite a bit of storage
Bagus
space with this
Players who
80, 92 je.
You can the Pi Monster version updates where you can or
Automatically clear resource. Tu pun bagus juga tu.
should also make
Dah settle quest, buang terus. Benda tak boleh nak repeat balik lagi pun.
Yup. For further details, be sure to check out
bagus.
the developers discussion as well as
Settle
feature
quest,
announcements
automatic
across
buang
the
terus.
Impact's official accounts.
Okay.
And you will now be able to directly
Ya, aku tak kisah pun.
permanent event.
Benda bagus tak bagus je ni.
triple the drops.
Adventure
Double.
Handbook will now have guide entries for 40 resin bosses, which should be helpful if you run into a boss you're not quite sure how to crack.
And the icons will be displayed in the order the bosses were unlocked, which should make it more intuitive to navigate.
All right, let's move on.
Oh, easy.
Ni dah reset setiap chamber kalau fail.
They really add up over time. And this redemption
ということで、もうすべて英語の詩なので、私にとってはこの世界に入って初めて
Tengok balik ya.
Nodkrai, an ever-changing landscape of ruin, a marvel corroded by time. In the forest, where the nights were once undisturbed save for a few rays of moonlight,
Aku tak tahu kenapa, tapi macam pernah nampak tu purple api ni
bear the name of frost,
daripada game mana tah.
living where the silver light shines. Others carry the torch, fending off the darkness and cold with their blades. I hear that the stolen fae still yearn for the frosts of old. While the Fatui look to the stars above, trying in vain to seize the false.
Itu perempuan.
While the Fatui look to the stars above,
Ni ice ni.
trying
Tu api.
in vain to seize
Yang ni electro lah.
the false
Confirm lah tu. And then Doto.
are the nights
Doto.
draped in the west wind, nearing the end of a long
And then Vaka.
mission. My friends, of course, shan't be outdone. They will no doubt bring a magical charm to this edge of the world. And just as the stone craves the sculptor's hand, so does fate await your gaze. Pour me another cup of tea, if you'd be so kind. The story is about to begin.
Done. Settle. Habis.